Monopoly, the unique city. We stayed in Monopoly, but the cannons didn't work. Ciao, adventure seekers and world travelers. We are
The Destination Dibbles.
back again to explain how we recharged in charming Monopoly. Monopoly is a historic port town on the southern Adriatic coast, dating back to when it was settled in 500 BC. The unique city has been kissed by the sun and is a hidden gem that manages to keep its heritage authentic and its culture well preserved. We definitely found the city's location extremely suitable as our base camp for 4 days in Puglia. The strategic positioning of Monopoly allowed us to make several day trips to some amazing places like Alberobello, Loco Rotondo, Ostuni, Polignano a Mare, Bari, and several others. Simply put, the ease of access into, within, and out of Monopoly helped keep our stress level anchored in the historic port. By car, Monopoly is located only 13 minutes from Polignano a Mare, 20 minutes to Loco Rotondo, less than half an hour to the fairy tale city Alberobello, and the region's main airport in Bari is only a 39-minute drive away. There is also a train from Bari to Monopoly as well. We had no trouble parking for free in Monopoly. Our Airbnb was only a 5-minute walk, and Taylor Grace enjoyed a playground with a small zip line, skate park, and basketball court facing some gnarly cliff edges and the Adriatic Sea. She played while we watched and listened to the waves crash on the coastline. That's a win-win in our book. Monopoly has a little bit of something to do for all ages. Let's take you through some of the highlights we discovered. Without question, you need to start out by taking a casual walk along the Lungomare or seafront, taking in some views and sunshine on the small strip of beach, walking over the rocks, or along the sea path walkways. Be sure to try and find the cannons positioned on the city wall as you adventure. Next, adventure towards Old Town and get lost on the narrow streets lined with those iconic whitewashed buildings. But on the way, you have to discover the 16th century Castello di Carlo V and observe its strategic jetty positioning that once protected the city from the Spanish Armada and those pesky pirate invaders. A perfect view of the Adriatic and the city's small harbor is also discovered here. Up until the 1900s, the castle was used as a prison, but today the space is filled with exhibitions, art, conference space, and other formal events. Next, watch the fishermen as they work only a short stroll away in the Porto Antico de Monopoly. The blue boats make a great backdrop for photos. Here, you can truly gain an understanding and appreciation for Monopoly and how this port has served the townspeople for centuries. The old town opens right into this port, which was simply remarkable. Visit the Cattedrale di Maria Santissima della Maria, the 17th century Baroque church you see today that was built on top of a church from the 12th century. Inside, you'll experience richly decorated marble sculptures and several impressive paintings. This church is imposing, and the interior is absolutely one of Puglia's best. Legend speaks to a story that during the original construction of the church, the builders ran out of wooden support beams for the roof, but miraculously, a few years later, a raft with an image of Madonna on it floated into the port, providing the missing wood needed for the church. Twice a year, there is a festival celebrating this rich history, and the Madonna icon is carried through the streets in a small wooden boat by the locals. As you stroll this city, you will stumble across hidden churches that are seemingly placed on top of each other. We had this happen on several occasions, with the most impressive and oddest church being the Chiesa di Santa Maria del Suffragio del Purgatorio. Inside this unique church, we observed the remains of preserved cardinals on display behind glass showcases. This was a place Taylor Grace found interesting and disturbing at the same time. In her words, "Don't look at the toes." A truly unique experience, and unlike any other church we visited during this trip or on previous Italian vacations. There's a fun swing surrounded by greenery on a quaint alley off Giuseppe Garibaldi. It's a must-stop when walking by for photo ops. So much to enjoy and so much more that we missed out on during our stay in Monopoli. Let us know what you find during your travels. Now it's time for one of our favorite things to discuss. What cool eats did we discover in Monopoli? Well, it goes without saying, but be sure to order a classic Pugliese dish of orecchiette pasta, known for its ear-like shape. For lunch, we had a very good meal at a restaurant called the King Street Food. Here we ordered pizza, a barese panzerotti. This was comprised of pork belly, tomato sauce, parmesan and basil, and a puccia scudo sandwich containing mackerel, mayo, olives, arugula, and tomatoes. The service, like the majority of establishments in Italy, was excellent. A great dinner experience, and I mean great, was had by all at the Ristorante Piazza Palmieri. This restaurant has a cutout window in the floor, making their wine cellar visible to all guests. The staff was incredibly knowledgeable about their wine selection, and the food was superb. We selected the sea bass catch of the day, which was prepared to perfection and separated or deboned by hand at our table. This was an over-the-top experience and a first for us. Accompanying the catch of the day, we chose the burrata cream truffle pasta, and Taylor Grace had the orecchiette pasta with pomodoro sauce. Dessert was twofold with a passion fruit sorbet, sorbetto al frutto della passione, and a chocolate hazelnut delicacy called spumone artigianale. For your passeggiata stroll through Old Town Monopoli, be sure to get gelato at Bella Blue Gelateria near Porto Antico, and look at the ancient fresco of Mary and Child within this gelateria. All right, everybody.
This is the end.
This is the Airbnb in Monopoli. Very, very satisfied with. Excuse me as we eat popsicles. Nice kitchen. We did cook a meal here. Bathroom straight ahead. Got a kids' room, guest room here.
Pull-out bed.
Pull-out bed. View of the street. View of the city. There's a cannon. Probably can't see that yet. Upstairs loft area. So, plenty of room for us the last few days.
Do you like it?
But the best part about the room is this little balcony
It has my favorite, my second, and my first.
overlooking the ocean and the
Here's
main
my second
boardwalk
favorite
here in
color on
Monopoly.
it.
So you see the kids playing basketball and soccer over there. The blue boat that's famous and everybody takes their photo in. Several cannons outside of the window. And the main boulevard. Monopoly. Definitely recommended.
It has my second favorite plant on it. the way you get downstairs. So you go down these stairs, then you do this.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
We hope you enjoyed our content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye, everybody.